Those tariffs begin the same day the president is planning to address a joint session of Congress. Our chief political reporter, Charles Benson, spoke with three people from across southeast Wisconsin: Jerome, John, and Carol. They all voted differently in the presidential election. Charles joins us live now from the nation's capital ahead of tonight's speech. Charles, what did those voters tell you about the president's first 6 weeks in office?
Hi, Steve. Well, they're certainly paying attention. I'm inside the U.S. Capitol building here ahead of President Trump's primetime speech. And, Steve, it's not just a speech to Congress. It's a chance for the president to talk to people across our state and country who either like or loathe what he's doing.
In Waukesha County, a 20-point win for Donald Trump in 2024, a range of voter responses as scrambled as the eggs and massive omelets served up at the coop.
All right.
Carol Wallace is a retired teacher who voted for Donald Trump.
I love the fact that he wants to handle things like a business, because we need a lot of help, and I think that's a very organized way of doing it. But he comes on a little strong, and he's got to give us a chance to process it.
John Yeager is also retired, a Navy veteran and Republican who rode in Paul Ryan for president.
I agree on a lot of his principles and his philosophies. I do like the border, taking control of the border. I don't like so far statements on Ukraine and Russia.
Jerome Kess is a Marine veteran, retired truck driver who voted for Kamala Harris, but is closely following Trump's decisions in D.C.
Have any of the early decisions he's made raised any concerns with you?
You know, it seems to me that Elon Musk is making a lot of decisions, and I don't particularly care for that.
It doesn't take long for Musk's name and cost-cutting moves to come up in conversations. We've seen the pushback from mainly Democrats at Republican town halls.
The end result of the fraud and abuse that has been discovered already.
And from worried federal workers like James Stansel, a veteran fired from his VA job.
I am not cheating anybody. I am there to do a job and to do a job well.
Yeager is all in for reducing the size of government, but
I think it's maybe going too fast, and a little more controlled process might, in my opinion, would work better.
You think Elon Musk is good to have at the table on these issues?
I think he could be, and hopefully will be, but I'm not sure if that he is.
Kess believes Joe Biden did a good job with the economy, and he's now watching what Trump will do and how Congress will respond.
What I think is that Congress should have a say-so.
For Kess, it's a wait-and-see approach, but one thing won't change for him.
My thoughts is that I support the office of the president, no matter who it is. I might not like who won, but because he's the president, I support the office.
You think that's because you're a veteran?
Yes, absolutely.
Which is why Wallace has one request for Trump and his team.
What do you hope he can accomplish in the first year?
I hope a lot of the things that he promised to do, he's able to be able to do that. I'm hoping a lot, too, that he can unify our country.
And that will be a tall task given where we are right now as a country. Steve, it will be interesting to see what the reaction will be by Congress if the president brings up Elon Musk or Doge. I did have a chance to talk with Congresswoman Moore. She sees Musk's efforts so far as distressing. Congressman Stiles sees it as a chance to reduce the national debt. We're live in the nation's capital. Charles Benson, TMJ4 News.
Charles, thank you. TMJ4 will carry tonight's speech live starting at 8. Follow-up coverage on TMJ4 News at 10.